Hello everybody and welcome to the Indy-Richmond 100. I am Jonathan Oates for the TMG Racing Network. Joining me today in the broadcast booth is Charles Bowen. I don't know when you last joined us, but it certainly feels like it's been a while. Charles, how is everything going?
Everything is going really good. The last time I joined you, I believe, was for the truck race at Daytona on your channel.
Right, so that feels like it was a while ago, but part of me wants to say that it was only 2 weeks ago. The winner of that race, now I'm forgetting who won that race. I'm remembering who won the race. I do not know who won the race. Mauricio Tellecchio won that race. He will not be joining us today. Neither will one of the other drivers who was fighting for the win at the end of it, Luke Brightschuff. But one driver who does join us once again today is Benjamin A. Walker, one of the drivers who was also fighting for the win at Daytona before he got turned on the last lap, letting Tellecchio run away with the victory. Second place in that race, Caden Russell also joins us once again today in the number 8 Pro Mazda. Today we've got 100 miles of open wheel short track racing action here at Richmond, with the possibility of as many overtimes as we need to finish this race under green. 100 miles ahead of us today. Charles, what kind of race are you expecting out of today?
Chaos. Just sheer chaos, to be honest.
You know, I can't say that I totally disagree with you. You join us with 9 minutes remaining in practice before we head over to qualifying. Tim Doyle currently at the top of the board with a 20.193, followed by Benjamin A. Walker with a 20.248. Those two looking like the favorites early on. We got a spinner already, and just as I was talking about him, Benjamin A. Walker goes for a spin down the front straightaway. Oh yeah, he just got into the wall, hopped over it, and slid down the racetrack. Spinning that number 4. Looks like a McLaren Pro Mazda, but I don't want to call it a McLaren because it's actually just a Mazda. Right now, 12 drivers in the session. We'll see if any more join us before we get started. Shout out to our in-race admin, Connor Grindstaff, who actually got his iRacing name changed. Congratulations! Now I don't have to get confused between calling him Cameron and Connor, even though I know that his name is Connor. If you want to watch his perspective of the race and also a unique perspective of what it's like to be an in-race admin, you can find a link to his onboard in the description below. Still at the top of the board is Tim Doyle with Benjamin A. Walker second and Nick Stein third. Only a looks like a 3/100th gap between the top two, so right now very close to the top of the board, but still Tim Doyle in a league of his own in the 20.1 range, but not a full 10th ahead of Benjamin A. Walker. A couple of new additions to the TMG broadcast today. We will be able to display a flag status much more effectively than we were before, because I was able to get that figured out before I got started on the broadcast. Hopefully everybody is having a good day today. Now just 7 minutes remaining in practice. We have some time to kill, so I'm sure I'll figure something out to do with these last 7 minutes. I heard someone get in the wall. I'm not sure who that was. Somewhere around the track, I heard somebody slam into the outside wall, which you're going to see happen quite a lot here at Richmond. It's very difficult to get off of specifically turn number 2 because of how tight that corner is. You're almost going flat out around the entire track, but when you get into those kind of tight corners, then you're going to run into some issues going flat out, and as these tires wear, the cars are only going to get tighter and tighter. I'll go ahead and pull up the timing on the ticker, so the spectators can get some more information. Alright, let's see if we can find it. There we go. Now you can see what Tim Doyle's time is at the top of the board. Another thing that we're going to have to watch out for here tonight is everybody's favorite thing in all of motorsports, dirty air. It's not going to pose as much of an issue as you would think since, it is iRacing, and with this being a night race, there's going to be a lot more grip in the track. But dirty air is going to play a factor in tonight's race at Richmond. One of the troubles that these drivers are going to run into is when you're closing up, specifically on the leader, all the turbulence caused by these open wheel race cars is going to tighten your car up quite a bit. So that is something that these drivers are going to have to fight against, as we see one driver spinning down pit road. That is, I can't tell who that is, but somebody went for a spin on pit road.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the turbulent air of open-wheeled cars. They can really mess your car up if you're behind another car. And it appears we might have a new entrant into the session.
Jason Owens joins in the number 14 Pro Mazda as entry number 13. He will be one of the drivers going after the win tonight. Remember, there are $30 on the line to whatever driver can cross the line first after 134 laps of action, or 100 miles, hence the name Indy-Richmond 100. Once again, if you want to see an onboard perspective of the race, there is a link to Connor Grindstaff's live stream of his perspective in the description if you want to go ahead and check that out. 4 minutes remaining in practice before we head on over to qualifying to see who will be able to score the pole here in Richmond. And as I said, the pole is going to be extremely important because dirty air is going to play a factor in the race tonight. Now, hopefully it's not going to play as big of a factor as it does in real life racing, but it is going to play at least a little bit of a factor.
Indeed it is.
Still 4 minutes remaining in practice. I kind of wish that these minutes would go by a little bit faster since I am running out of things to talk about as we get ready to go racing in Richmond. I mean, there's something to talk about. There's one driver backwards in the pit lane. Who is that? I cannot tell who that's Richard Volley in the number 69 Pro Mazda. One driver going out for a lap. That's Inigo Madrones. Why don't we go ahead and go on board with Madrones as he takes a lap around Richmond. We'll see going into turn number 1, you hear just a slight lift off the throttle before you get back very aggressively, but unfortunately he's mistimed it. He's going to get into the wall and go sliding down the back straightaway. That's something that's very easy to do here at Richmond. You just mistime it a little bit and around you go. Here's a replay. Yep, just into the wall, car bounces up into the air, into the outside wall, and spinning. We're going to see that happening quite a lot tonight at Richmond. Meanwhile, things remaining steady at the top of the board. Tim Doyle still at the top. He's going to go out for a lap now. Benjamin A. Walker still in second. Oh, we got trouble back straight away. Grindstaff into the wall along with Walker. They're going to go sliding. In practice, we'll get a replay of what happened. You'll see coming down the front straight away, it started with Connor Grindstaff. He just got way out of the groove and slid up into the outside wall. He's just going to come back down the track and collect Benjamin A. Walker. That's something that we are going to see quite a bit tonight. You may think it's an easy track to drive, just get on the gas and lift a little bit in the corners, but it is much, much harder than that, especially when you're caught up in the dirty air. Jason Owens still yet to set a lap, but he is going to set his first lap of the night right now, going out for his first lap. Never mind that, he just completed his first lap, setting a 21.0, about 5/10 off the pace at the moment. We'll see if he can pick it up as the session progresses. Tim Doyle going slowly down the back straightaway, and a change to the top of the leaderboard because Jacob Fenn has just set a 20.242, putting him second to Tim Doyle and a little bit closer to that 20.193.
Very nice lap there.
Up, spinner on the back straightaway, and I believe that might be... No, that was not Flores. I believe that might have been Richard Volley. I can't tell who that was. A lot of these drivers haven't put much effort into their paint schemes, but... Oh, wait, that might be because I don't have trading paints loaded. Okay, that is the slip up on the broadcaster's part. Why don't we go ahead and load that? As practice is just about to end. Now we have trading paints loaded, so now I can actually tell who is who. Give me a moment. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the paint schemes, and we will be right back for qualifying coverage on TMG. Alright, we're back live here on TMG. The paint schemes are going to refresh in just a moment. Second on the board, Jacob Fenn off pole, or not off pole, or off the top of the board by just 0.5 of a second. Right now, it looks like he might be experiencing some network issues. Still waiting for everybody for everyone's paint scheme to load in. Jason Owens has greatly improved his time since we last checked in on him, but then he's gone for a spin down the back straightaway. Owens now sits 8th on the board with a 30.368. Oh, that is not at all where I wanted the flag graphic to go. Why don't we move that right there? There we go. All right, we fixed the flag graphic. Jason Owens to 8th on the board with a 20.368 after just before he went for a spin down the back straightaway, but now it is time for qualifying. Ignore the flag graphic. It's going to be a little bit messed up here in quali, but it'll get sorted during the race. 15 concurrent viewers. That's pretty good. Welcome, everybody, to the race. We are just getting ready for qualifying here in Richmond. We're going to go ahead and hide the flag graphic because it is completely messed up. Well, actually, I don't even know how to hide it because it is just more messed up than I could possibly imagine. Oh, wait, no, that's just an overlay. Never mind, I am dumb. Now we have the flag graphic. Okay. Still getting used to figuring out all this ticker stuff. It's complicated, so. But we got it sorted. Alright, I just want to make sure that everything isn't horribly low quality on the stream, as Nick Stein goes to the top of the board with a 20.469, Walker in second with a 20.717, Flores now in second with a 20.555, Jason Owens taking over fourth with a 21.163, but still Nick Stein at the top of the board. Everything is low quality. One second, I gotta figure out life. Question to those watching the stream, is it also in 360p for you? Because I really hope it isn't. Fenn was at the top of the board for a moment before Flores knocked him off with a 20.424. That'll be his second lap of the day. Right now on provisional pole, James Bazin going 5th quickest with a 20.673. Grindstaff currently 6th with a 20.828. New on the board is Tim Doyle with a 20.539, but still nobody able to stop Flores, who is currently at the top of the board.
Yeah, don't expect those 21 second laps to last, because either they will improve their lap or those will be off-pace laps and probably at the back of the field.
Tim Doyle, new to the top of the board with a 20.290. We all knew he was going to be fast, and he definitely appears to be fast on a single lap pace. But remember, this is a 100-mile race. Lots of time for these drivers to gain or lose time. As of now, qualifying stays relatively the same, just waiting for new drivers to get to the top of the board. I think Logan Harry just joined us now. Alright, quality of the live stream looks fine. So we're all good in that department. Nobody able to kick Tim Doyle off the top of the board, still with a 20.290. Flores in second, about a 10th off the pace. And if Tim Doyle gets the pole from that, that is going to be quite fast. A couple of drivers waiting for interview here, so once we get the grid process underway, we will be able to interview them before the race gets started. As of now, nobody setting any more times, but that might change as we get further into qualifying. 1 minute 44 seconds remaining. Still, nobody going to the top of the board. A couple of new times coming in now. Nigo Madronas, that's a 20.680. He might be new. I can't quite tell who that was. Everything in the ticker is just kind of moving around right now. Everything's confusing, okay? Drivers yet to set a lap include Adam Strum and Richard Valley, but I think they're going to go out and set some laps now. Nobody able to get into the 20.3 range just yet. Just a minute remaining in qualifying, but still enough time to set a lap. Jason Owens currently at the bottom of the board. Tim Doyle at the top. The times are quite off what we saw in practice. All right, before we get going in the race here, I believe Tim Doyle has set the pole. I need to deliver a quick pre-race message, but I will be right back. So will Charles Bowen, and we will get race coverage underway here at Richmond. All right, back live here on TMG. The pre-race message has been delivered, and we are almost ready to get started here in Richmond. 100 miles ahead of us, $30 on the line. Adam Strum and Richard Valli, the two drivers who have not qualified. Tim Doyle is your pole sitter. We are ready to go racing here in Richmond for 134 laps. Hopefully, we are in for a good one. Tim Doyle looking fast. We'll see if anybody can knock him off the top spot. Charles, anything to say before we get started racing in Richmond?
I think we're going to have a very good race, a very exciting race. I believe the 6 car is going to be really fast tonight. He set the fastest time in qualifying, sitting on the pole. Other than that, let's just have a good, clean race. Boys, have at it, you know?
All right. Almost ready to get rolling here in Richmond. We'll get started in just a minute. Still waiting for everybody to grid up. There is your pole sitter Tim Doyle on the grid and ready for racing. 2 pace laps before we get started. All right, here we go. I was not live, but now we are live. Sorry about that little bit of a slip up. I'm not perfect, as much as I would like to be. Doyle going to lead the field to green here in Richmond. We are ready for some good old short track racing action. I'll go ahead and hide some of the less important details here. Doyle on pole, the number 6 Pro Mazda, ready to go racing at Richmond. 1 lap to green before we get started. Flores in the 888, going to start to the outside of Tim Doyle on the inside. Going into turn 1 for the final pace lap. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't really know what to commentate over during the pace laps. Remember, 134 laps. We've got a long way to go before the checkered flag. Just about an hour of racing. Flag-to-flag coverage here on TMG presented by nobody, because we don't have a sponsor.
We need to get Raid Shadow Legends in on this.
This broadcast is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Just going to make the ticker a little bit smaller. I think it's a little bit too big. All right, here we go. That is not what I meant to do. Tim Doyle on pole, going to lead the field to green for 134 laps of racing action. Thank you for joining us tonight. The green flag is out. We are underway, racing at Richmond.
And a big jump for the 6 Tim Doyle off the start. The 888, kind of falling back here on the start.
No surprise there. Tim Doyle out front early on. Battle in the midfield, raging on. That'll be the number 11 of Jacob Fenn, getting around Benjamin A. Walker for second, but it's Tim Doyle pulling away at the front of the field. Tim Doyle leading early on, but it's the battle in the midfield, which is most interesting at the moment. Nick Stein going to send it down the inside of Jacob Fenn. That is for 3rd place. I mean, look at this. They're already going 3 wide. Guys, we got 134 laps. I don't know what you're so aggressive about early on. Benjamin A.
All
Walker.
about positions.
Walker making up spots early on as well. Green so far here from Richmond. Gap the front only 0.7 of a second. Fenn holding on strong on the outside. You can really utilize multiple grooves of racing here at Richmond. You can hold strong on the outside. You can get a crossover from the outside. One thing that's real... Oh, we got a slow car on the back straightaway. Up in front of the field. We got a crash.
No!
Up and over. Sliding as well. Huge crash back straightaway, and I don't know who that was. More cars flipping.
Oh, no, the 4th in it.
Benjamin A. Walker involved. Huge crash on the back straightaway. It started with one of the black cars going sideways. I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Caden Russell. Caution is out early on from Richmond. A couple of drivers getting toes already. Russell already out of the race. Huge crash. Wow. I have no idea what happened there. We got to go back quite a bit here. Oh, he was already flipping at that point in the replay. All right, here we go. So it was going into turn number 1. I think it started with Caden Russell, but a lot of the cars driving similar paint schemes here, so I'm not quite sure who it was. I have a feeling that it might not have been Russell, but we're going to stick with this replay just in case it was. Nah, it happened way in front of him. Going in a 3? I might have gone back too far on the replay. I really couldn't tell what happened. I don't even know who it was that went flipping. Alright, here we go. So we'll just fast forward until the time of the incident. Wasn't here. I think it might have been the next lap. Alright, I think this is it. Coming down the back straightaway. Yep, there it is.
Yep,
that is the number 8 of Caden Russell.
And it looked like he was already low on track, and I'm gonna put my conspiracy hat on here and say he did that. He might have turned into traffic intentionally.
Then that sent the 10 of Nick Stein spinning down towards turn number 1, and this is where a lot of the action kicked off. He's gonna slide right up into Benjamin Walker and launch him into the catch fence. More drivers went spinning from there. I think Grindstaff did a pretty good job getting out of harm's way. Take a look at this. Oh, he's just going to cut to the bottom. Very close avoidance there out of the 04. Yeah, and take a look at Walker here. He is just going to get... Oh, that was a little bit too soon, but he is just going to he's going to be sent flying. Yep, here we go. Can. Contact with the number 8 of Caden Russell and launched into the outside wall. So we're going to go back live. We are not yet back racing. Still under caution here at Richmond with a couple of pace laps to go. These drivers do have one fast repair to utilize, but I'm not sure if they're all going to use it. I do think that Benjamin A. Walker is still towing. Valley already out of the race, so is Caden Russell. Those are the 2 retirements so far. I wish I could figure out why Russell went spinning. In the chat, Caden Russell saying that the number 13 dumped him. Remember, I'm not in control of penalties here, so that'll be down to Connor Grindstaff to assign penalties.
It will be interesting to see what the call is here, because like I said, my conspiracy hat's on here. I don't want it to be true, but it did look like the 8 car. He was already low on track once the field came past him. All right, so then he just turned up.
So there's the wreck in 3. We're going to rewind here. I know this isn't the most professional way to do a replay, but we're going to do it.
He's already missing his rear wing.
So we had an incident before that did not bring out the caution. Side by side with the 13 of Adam Strom. Strom going to come up the track, and I think I know what this was. That looks just like Alex Albon and Lewis Hamilton. Ooh. Yep. Contact, and around goes Caden Russell, but no caution for that. He might have lost control without a rear wing going down the back straightaway.
That could be true. I didn't know he was missing a rear wing at that point.
All right, sorry to interrupt you, but we are back green racing in Richmond. I missed the start there just a little bit, but nothing really happened. It was a single file restart. Tim Doyle heading off towards turn number 1 with Jacob Fenn in pursuit. Logan Harry behind them, already spinning up the track. Caution again. Harry around. More spinning. That'll be the 13 of Adam Strom down the back straightaway.
One car stopped just in time before hitting him.
Caution back out once more, and this is a big break to the drivers that were still towing into the pits. But the caution is out once again for yet another incident early on in the running. Well, you know what? I can't say that this race has been uneventful. All right.
Yeah, it has been very eventful so far.
So it was Logan
Harry. Cautions.
It was Logan Harry that got dumped going into turn number 1, or at least we think he got dumped. Oh, he might have lost control all on his own here. Yeah, we're going to see it right here. Going into turn number 1, I have a feeling that he just got on the apron. This is coming to the restart.
That's a shame. He was 3rd in line on the restart going into turn 1.
So we'll speed it up here. Going into turn number 1, Logan Harry in the 7. I think he might have just drove it in too deep. Got in the apron.
Oh, yeah,
he goes.
Did.
Into the wall.
And the 13, it looks like just lost it on exit.
Then Adam Strom went around again.
The one car just hard on the brakes.
Yeah, have a look at this. Adam Strom on the brakes trying to avoid Nijuan Flores, goes around, and James Bazin barely avoids the spinning 13. Great avoidance out of the number 1 car. We'll go ahead and we'll go on board in a minute here. Yeah, he was barely able to stop in time. Great wreck avoidance by James Bazin. Yeah, one more look at it here. I think he's coming out of the pits. No, he wasn't coming out of the pits. Sorry, he was already on the track. He's going to go back going. Sees the 13 spinning. Is able to stop in time. Good avoidance by James Bazin.
And he was able to control his car because he saw he went onto the apron on exit of turn 2 there and was able to keep it straight and braking for the 13 car. So very good wreck avoidance by the 1 car.
1 car getting a wave around. I think that might be Caden Russell, who is now back in the race. Unfortunately, a lot of drivers on pit road. Nick Stein, Benjamin A. Walker with a ton of damage. I don't know if he's using his fast repair. Logan Harry as well, just to fix a little bit of damage, but he's going to be back out. And I think... Oh, this is close! But Logan Harry going to beat the pace car. I think he is going to be able... No, he's not going to stay on the lead lap, but he's able to keep from going 3 laps down. It's a good job there by Logan Harry. Tim Doyle still leading here at Richmond. One question in the chat: are there any free iRacing websites or software besides Steam you can join for free? If you're talking iRacing, no, there's no way to get iRacing for free, at least not legally. If you're talking simulation in general, I don't know what the game is called. You might know this. Race Room. That's what it's called. Race Room, I think, is a free online sim racer.
I believe so, yeah. But it's a similar format where you have to buy the vehicles and the tracks.
Yeah, but I think you do get some of it for free, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do.
So,
and then if you're... Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. I was just going to say, so the caution's still out here at Richmond. Tim Doyle is currently dominating. We're going to go side by side for the No, we're not going to... Are we going side by side? Guess we're going side. No, we're not going side by side. I know what we're doing. I forgot about this. But restarts for today are classic NASCAR style. Lap cars on the inside, leaders on the outside. So Caden Russell is going to be on the inside coming to the restart here, but he is 1 lap down. Ready to go back racing here in Richmond with a lapped car getting in the way of the leader, but he is going to lag back a little bit to get out of harm's way. Green flag is back out. Back towards turn number 1 we go. No surprise here, Tim Doyle leading the field down as we go towards turn number 1. Everyone's scrambling to get out of the way of the lap car. Benjamin A. Walker coming back out of the pits. Back towards turn number 2 with Tim Doyle leading away. Jacob Fenn in second, actually closing in on Tim Doyle here. He's getting a little bit closer. I think he had a much better 3 and 4 than Tim did. Gap down to 0.3 of a second. Like I said, I don't think Dirty Air is going to play a huge factor tonight. Jacob Fenn actually getting quite close to the bumper. He's going to be able to utilize that slipstream. Meanwhile, one of the drivers with an onboard camera, Connor Grindstaff, in the 4th position, also hanging strong here early on. The top 7 on the lead lap, everyone behind them is a lap down. Keep in mind that the first car 1 lap down is going to get the lucky dog. Down the back straightaway, Tim Doyle continuing to lead at Richmond with Jacob Fenn in pursuit.
Well, and it is closing little by little, even though it doesn't really seem like it on screen. He is trying to close the gap to the 6 of Tim Doyle here.
Yeah, he might have messed up a little bit through 1 and 2. Actually, no, he was able to keep it just fine. Not too many battles around the racetrack. I think everybody just kind of trying to settle in, get ready for the long race ahead. Remember, we are only on lap 19 of 134, so we still have many miles to go. Fenn messed up a little bit in 3 and 4. That's going to widen the gap a little bit to Tim Doyle, but overall he's able to keep it within a second with help of the slipstream. There is a battle behind, I believe. That's James Bazin. No, that's there's a battle in front of them between Nijuan Flores and Jason Owens. Owens up into 4th, Connor Grindstaff up into 3rd.
The yellow flag is out.
But the caution
And we
is
have a
back
caution.
out. Caution out once again. I don't know who it was. Well, it's Nick Stein in the wall once again. Oh, he is actually in the wall. Oh, dear.
I think he's stuck.
Yeah, Nick Stein's going to have to tow back into the pit lane. So we'll get a replay of what happened. Oh, that's not very helpful. Let's try again. There we go. So coming down the back straightaway, going into turn number 3, I'm going to bet that he just got loose off the apron. I was correct. Into the wall, and iRacing crash physics do the rest.
See, that shows you can only, like, even just a tiny bit of tire on the apron can end it for you.
Yeah, that might have been an admin caution. I think Grindstaff might have seen him stuck in the wall, or iRacing just realized, oh yeah, we should probably throw a caution for that. But that did end up bringing out the caution. So we'll go ahead and go back live, see if anybody decides to come in for a pit stop. Don't think they will, but it might be an interesting strategy call to try it out. Jason Owens, one of the takers. He is the last car on the lead lap currently, meaning Inigo Madrones is going to get the wave around. But Jason Owens taking a gamble, being the last car on the lead lap. He doesn't have much to lose, so why not come into the pits? He's going to roll into his box. Meanwhile, a couple of more drivers... Actually, no, I don't know where I was going with that. Lots of drivers getting checked up on the back straightaway. They might be waiting for the wave around. No, I don't know what they're doing, actually, because everyone kind of decided to collectively slow up there. So we'll see if anybody is going to get the wave around here. If I'm correct, Inigo Madrones should get it. And Connor, if you're listening into the stream, if he doesn't get the lucky dog, then you can go ahead and wave him around. Well, there's one car getting the wave around. Benjamin A. Walker going by on the outside to get one of his laps back. Now he will go back to just 3 laps down. But the drivers that are battling to be that are battling to get back on the lead lap to get that free pass position: Inigo Madrones, Caden Russell, and Logan Harry. Question in the chat: which track should Gateway replace next year? Assuming Gateway does come into the Cup Series, which I really hope it does. Texas. We don't need another Texas state.
I'd say we don't need any Texas states, to be honest.
I think we should get one Texas state just because it's a pretty good market. Adam Strong going to get his wave around. Benjamin A. Walker looks like he might have gotten to 2nd. That's going to put him 1 lap down. And I do believe that's the wave around of Inigo Madrones going around. Yes, he is. So he will get the lucky dog. Or maybe not. Maybe he was a little bit over-optimistic trying to get another lap back. But I do believe that now the 2-car... Oh, well, maybe not. I don't really know what he's doing. I believe he's the wave around, but he's not really doing... or I believe he's the lucky dog, but he's not really doing anything. So we'll figure it out. Everyone's kind of checking up behind him. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, hey, I'm not race control. Connor is, so... Oh, it looks like... Oh, I think I know what's happening. Okay. Madrones is currently... he has to go to the end of the longest line because he is the lucky dog. So I think that's what he's doing. Meanwhile, I do believe lights are going to go out on the pace car this time by. Yes, they will. So we are going to go back racing here in Richmond. Everyone going to line up against the wall. Couple of cars, 1 lap down, starting with Caden Russell, followed by Madrones and Logan Harry. They are going to line up on the inside of the pace car. Or on the inside of the leaders, sorry. Caden Russell leading that 1 lap down pack, so we'll monitor that battle as it continues. We get ready to go back racing here in Richmond. I feel like I say that a lot, but I'm probably saying that a lot because there have been a lot of cautions. All right, all eyes on the leader, Tim Doyle, as we get ready to go back racing. There it is again. Tim Doyle in the number 6 has dominated so far, 26 laps down. Let's see if anybody can challenge him for the lead. Green flag is back out.
Yeah, one of the lab cars slow on the apron in turn 4 there. They get going, but the 6 of Tim Doyle gets a good jump again on the restart with Jacob Fenn in chase.
Yeah, I think the lap cars might just not be wanting to really get in the way of this battle for the lead. Even if it's not too much of a battle for the lead, you can see how Jacob Fenn is starting to close in on your race leader. But again, still a long way to go, so no hurry, no reason really to get in a rush right now. Caden Russell getting freight trained by the leaders on the outside lane. Connor Grindstaff still in 3rd. Big battle behind, and but they're on completely different laps. Inigo Madrones currently a lap down from James and Bazin, so we'll see. He is probably going to get the blue flag. I'm sure Sebastian Vettel would like that. Back up to the battle for the lead. Tim Doyle leading away over Jacob Fenn, coming to lap 29 of 134 here in Richmond.
Got about 0.5 seconds between Doyle and Fenn right now.
I do believe there is a battle behind. That might just be the lap cars getting in the way of a battle. I can't really tell the way this is all organized. Okay, so we have Jason Owens here in the 14, and the next car for position battling him is James Bazin, but right now they are all trying to get around the lap cars. You can see Caden Russell getting out of the way there, but eventually he has to get back in line. So now here's a battle for position. Finally, we found it. Caden Russell and Inigo Madronas right now battling for the lucky dog position.
If you're new here, that is the position that gets you back on the lead lap to compete with the leaders and possibly for a win here.
Yeah, but right now, this battle for the lucky dog spot between Caden Russell and Madronas is really holding up James Bazin, who is his closest car for position is Jason Owens, but Jason is in front of both of these lapped cars. So this battle probably not. Yeah, I'm sure James Bazin isn't particularly enjoying.
I know I wouldn't be if I was in Bazin's position right now. He's just trying to get around him, and it looks like he will here.
Bazin trying to go around the outside of Caden Russell on the inside, but Russell holding his ground, not wanting to get past anymore. So this is actually kind of there's an interesting battle going on here, but it's not for position. Now we are going to get a battle for position. This for the lucky dog spot. Inigo Madronas trying to go up the inside of Caden Russell. This is actually quite close. Oh, we got trouble. Russell gets into the outside wall.
Kept it straight, though.
Oh, and we got a spinner, I think. No caution. We keep it green, but I saw some smoke. Don't know what that was for.
Maybe someone just got loose in the corner and just slid up the track, but was able to keep it straight.
Yeah, they might have saved it. Meanwhile, we do have a battle for the lead. Jacob Fenn is now closing in on Tim Doyle, and he is going to have that slipstream.
0.2 seconds closing in fast. Here comes Fenn right to the inside off of turn 4 here.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of drivers in the Discord channel, or in the Discord, Discord server, that were pretty pessimistic about their chances in this race, saying Tim Doyle was probably going to dominate. Well, Jacob Fenn has something to say about that, because he is looking quite speedy early on here at Richmond.
Fell off a little bit. He was closing into 0.1 on the leader, but now 0.2 back, still within a good striking distance, now 0.3. But he's staying in contact with the leader, which is a good thing.
Yeah, a lot of the times these battles for the lead, they kind of turn into a mental game, because the minute you get close to the leader, you know that you have a chance, and you start slipping up, you start making mistakes. But speaking of a battle, there's a pretty good battle going on for third here. It's Connor Grindstaff leading that pack early on, but we have Flores and Owens behind, who are looking quite aggressive here, trying to get that third spot away. We'll keep an eye on the battle for the lead as well. That's Owens going down the inside of Flores down the back straightaway. And guess who's closed in on the leader once again? Jacob Fenn, getting a lot closer to the exhaust pipes of Tim Doyle.
Then again, you heard it on broadcast in NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula 1. It's one thing to get close to the leader, to catch up to the leader. It's a whole nother thing to pass them.
Especially at a track like Richmond, where it's very difficult to get a pass done. The banking means that you can really get a good crossover going. Jacob Fenn, though, is much closer than he was before. He is all over the bumper of Tim Doyle going down the back straightaway. He's going to be close. Is he going to go for it into 3?
There he goes, to the inside.
Down to the inside, Jacob Fenn trying to take away the lead here at Richmond. Doyle on the outside, going to try and fight back side by side. Jacob Fenn led that lap.
Is he going to be able to clear him into turn 1, though? It looks like he might just be able to. He does.
To the lead goes Jacob Fenn. Tim Doyle, though, going to fight back on the outside. This battle for the lead looking pretty cool right now. And keep in mind, the battle for third is continuing. It's pretty much just as close as ever. But the battle at the front is the one that really matters. Tim Doyle not letting Jacob Fenn get away. Oh, but I think he might have scraped the wall there. No, he is just absolutely maximizing track limits. He's getting much closer to the wall than Jacob Fenn is.
Respect to Tim Doyle there. As Jacob Fenn continues to lead, but not by much, as Tim Doyle right on his rear diffuser right now.
These two have been the class of the field all day. Grindstaff does not look up to pace like these two do. Honestly, I want this battle to continue all race. This is fun.
Yeah, it is.
Fenn going down the front straightaway, trying to break the draft. Tim Doyle going to follow him, going to try and get a crossover going into turn number 1. Still nose to tail for the lead.
He's trying everything he can to get back around the 11. Even at some points, it looked like he was going to try the outside line to make a pass.
Jacob Fenn, though, doing a good job holding on. One thing that I'm noticing he's doing really on the front straightaway, quite a smart strategy, is that he's able to use the banking to build up extra speed. I think you might see it again this time by. Meanwhile, behind, we got a pass for second. Jason Owens going on the outside of Connor Grindstaff.
It's not really going to work, but
I mean,
might
he's holding
give him
pretty strong on the outside. Yeah, he's got to run down the front straightaway. Meanwhile, the gap at the front, only 1/10 of a second. I wish there was a way that we could do split screen so I could show you both battles. Unfortunately, I do not have a way of doing that. The only thing I could do is bring another iRacing broadcaster in here to kind of like screen share their screen as well. Meanwhile, the battle for third is getting really, really close. Jason Owens and Connor Grindstaff have been going at it for quite a few laps now, with Nico and Flores really just waiting in the wings, waiting for something to happen. Owens able to get a nice run off turn 2 on the outside.
And he is holding strong on the outside. Right now, there you see he loses a little bit of ground back to the battle for the lead here.
Tim Doyle trying to get a nice run off the high side. Jacob Fenn holding strong. I don't know if Doyle's listening into the chat, but if he is, go for the crossover. Use the banking. Try and build up some speed. One thing that I was able to do when I was hosting this combination for the first time is really get up on the banking and just like really speed right down it, because the banking can really help you build up a lot of momentum. We'll see if he goes for it this time by. Nah, he's not doing it. Well, he kind of did there. He's going to be in the draft. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it.
Oh, he got some big momentum to the outside. Was almost able to get it to a position where he could make a pass there, entering turn 3.
Back for the lead, side by side. Doyle back on the inside. We'll see if
Doyle pulls up the crossover.
Oh, we got a caution. 2 cars in the roll. Adam Strom and I believe Caden Russell. Everybody else going to scramble to get around him. Caution is back out, and at the time of caution, Tim Doyle was your race leader. So very well-timed move by Tim Doyle to get the lead right before the caution. He's going to meet up with a pace car here in turn number 1, but Adam Strom and Benjamin A. Walker, or not Benjamin A. Walker, Caden Russell, once again with damage, and I think Caden Russell might have already used up his fast repair. So we'll take a look at a replay of what took place. Had to go 40 seconds back. Hopefully this is good. Oh, nope, that was definitely not good. So they were already sliding in turn number 1 by the time we got that replay. So we'll go back another 10 seconds. Yeah, here we go into turn number 1.
Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe the 8 car said he was moved out of the way by the 13, which spawned that first caution flag.
You know?
And that did... I mean, that could be either sliding up the track by accident or intentionally.
You know, you might be right about that. Oh! Now here's something interesting.
Leaders on pit road.
Both of the leaders have come into the pits. They're going to get front and rear tires, because that's how Pro Mazdas work, apparently. They don't do left and right. They do front and rear, but whatever. We'll monitor this race off of pit road. Let's see which pit lane camera is going to work better. Not that one, that's for sure. That one will. Race off pit road, won by Tim Doyle. Jacob Fenn going to be in second. We'll go back to the incident between Caden Russell and Adam Strom. Both of them still in the pit lane. That bright red car of Adam Strom. Pretty nice paint scheme, but definitely not helping him in the speed department. Go ahead and get a replay, or at least I'll try and get one. It's very difficult to go back long periods of time without messing up terribly. Okay, there we go. So once again, back into turn number 1. This is going to be the contact right here. Oh. Yeah, you're right. Who?
I mean, that could be, I just clipped the apron, or, oh, yeah, I totally just clipped the apron.
There's definitely a difference there, yeah. Luckily, Adam Strom was able to escape with relatively minimal damage.
Yeah, the 8 car.
Caden Russell.
Here's a better angle of it.
All right, take a look right here. Did Caden Russell... I mean, you can see he's got a very narrow entry into the corner, which is not helping his case. Ooh, Caden.
That is questionable to
that
say
is
the
absolutely
least.
very questionable. All right, well, let's go ahead and go on board here because now we'll be able to actually see the wheel
Yeah.
inputs. Oh dear! Turning
Holding a
into the
steady
corner.
wheel.
Oh,
little bit of hesitation there.
all right. I'm gonna err on this now. As a broadcaster, I want to hype up this storyline. You know, I want to say. I really want to say that it was intentional, but I don't think it was. What I'm going to say is that I think Caden Russell did not want to hit the apron. Nope. He just said in the chat, I've gotten my revenge. So, we'll see if any penalties
there you
come
go.
with that.
There's your confirmation, folks.
You know, okay, so as someone who is currently on suspension from official iRacing races for retaliation, this stuff is not taken lightly. And I think that if race leader and also race admin Connor Grindstaff wants to pull out a penalty for that, that could be quite severe. Because I gotta be honest, I don't think that the first incident between Adam Strom and Caden Russell was intentional. That one definitely was, so we'll see if any penalties come of it. I can't actually tell if any penalties are coming of it, but you know, I think the penalty really here is that Caden Russell has to get a rear wing replaced when Adam Strom had much less damage. So coming to the restart, pit stops have really shaken things up. Your race leader before... Oh, well, this is interesting. Because... so Tim Doyle is actually being scored behind Jacob Fenn. I don't know what... Okay, Jacob Fenn is scored in second? Okay, so... I don't know what's going on here. The green flag is back out. Everyone's scrambling on the front straightaway. Jacob Fenn, what are you doing? Okay, so we'll see what happens because of that. I don't know what Jacob Fenn was doing pulling up next to the leader. But the green flag is back out, and we're back racing. Jacob Fenn is back to 5th. Meanwhile, Tim Doyle, first car on fresh tires, currently chasing after Nick Wen Flores. They are all chasing after Connor Grindstaff, who is leading away in Richmond.
Yeah, he is through the cycle of pit stops. It looks like the 6 is back in front of Fenn.
Yeah, I don't know what Jacob Fenn was doing on the restart. It's like he pulled up next to the race leader, but I don't think he's got a penalty because of it. Now he's just got to fight back through traffic. But Jacob Fenn, he's a pretty aggressive driver. He's very adaptable. So I think that he's going to not really have too much of a problem with it.
Yeah, as Connor Grindstaff continues to lead here. He did not pit on that caution.
So this is going to shake things up quite a bit because now your race leader is going to have, first of all, I think that Flores in the Triple Eight is faster than Grindstaff. I can't guarantee it, but I think he might be. Looking at their best lap, actually Connor set a better fastest lap, so I'm not really sure how this is going to go. I should probably bring the ticker back up. I forgot to do that. All right, there we go. So the ticker is back up now. Right now, the gap between the top two is 0.5 of a second. You can see Grindstaff is able to get off the corner much better than the two behind him, but Tim Doyle on those fresh tires looking fast.
Yeah, as he's already closed up to the back of Nahuen Flores in the Triple Eight car.
On board here with the 6 of Tim Doyle, he's able to get a much better run through the corner. He's going to go to the inside. No trouble there. Well, there might be a little bit of trouble. Flores isn't letting him go.
No, he's not. Flores
and Dell nearly just started my scheduled scan. I don't know what that is. Probably a virus thing in the middle of a broadcast. But I was able to press run later, so that's a good thing. Meanwhile, Tim Doyle has caught your leader. Oh yeah, this is not going to be much of a fight, is it?
I mean, fresher tires over older tires.
I mean, you think that, but I don't think the tire wear is too much of a... Well, never mind. It totally is. It totally is a factor. Tim Doyle is not having much trouble getting around Grindstaff. Okay, I can't switch the cameras properly. There we go. Side by side for the race lead, but I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge. Tim Doyle on the outside, able to get back to the race lead. And his best competition, Jacob Fenn, really nowhere to be found. Well, actually, he's not having an easy time of it, and this isn't really going to hold him up. It might give Flores a chance to get back in here. Grindstaff holding his ground on the inside. Remember, you can watch his in-car camera in the description. But he's pulling off, he's taking a pretty conservative line around here, but it's working out for him. He's able to get back clear of Tim Doyle, and all this is doing... Oh, did I miss something? What happened?
He got wicked loose off of turn 2, Connor Grindstaff.
Hey, guess what? We're going to have a four-way battle for the lead. Grindstaff is holding up Tim Doyle, and I think he's going to hold him up a little bit more. We are about to have a four-way fight for position. This is turning out much better than I thought it would. Alright, battle for the lead, raging on. Grindstaff is now going to give it up and send it back to the inside. That's going to send everyone scrambling behiund. Flores up the track, going to give an avenue to Jason Owens down the inside. Jacob Fenn taking none of that, going to go 3 wide.
They were looking.
Holy Toledo. I think Tim Doyle went wide in turn 1. That's going to let Grindstaff catch back up. But the battle for third is really close, is much closer than the battle for the lead, because Jacob Fenn is all over the bumper of Jason Owens. Both of them have now caught Grindstaff, who appears to be much better on the short run than the long run.
Yeah, he's closing. He's trying to get back to either second or even the lead here.
I think the main difference between your race leader is that Doyle is much better off the corner, while Grindstaff is much better into the corner. And you can see, really, it's making them about even. I think Grindstaff went a little bit wide there, which let Owens get to his outside.
I mean, he was looking to the outside. He's going to look to the outside off exit of turn 2 here. It looks like Connor Grindstaff having a bit of trouble on the turn 2 exit.
Jason Owens has pulled off that move before, going to the outside and making it work. He's going to cross over to the inside, but that cost him momentum, and now Jacob Fenn is to his outside. Nearly contact.
Careful there.
Yeah, be careful there, Jason Owens. He nearly just cut off Jacob Fenn, and meanwhile, this entire time, Grindstaff has not let the leader get away. We got a 3-way battle for second, and all of them are battling for the lead.
Incredible race right now.
Yeah, this should give you a good perspective of it. The top four right now, 0.5 of a second difference.
And Fenn has cleared Owens now. And, well, not quite yet, because Owens there, you got some momentum down the back straightaway, as now Fenn is going to go to the inside.
Oh, they gotta go 3 wide. 3 wide down the front straightaway. And speaking of that, Flores thought about making it 4 wide. Look at this. This battle for second has been incredible, and you know who's loving it? Tim Doyle.
Oh, absolutely. Tim Doyle now 0.8 ahead of this battle now.
Up
now
to
a whole
1.1 seconds. I mean, if you're Connor Grindstaff right now, you know you don't have the same pace as Jacob Fenn and Tim Doyle, and I think once Fenn gets around Grindstaff, as he does right now, I think he's going to be able to run down Tim Doyle once again, because he is looking quite fast. Well, never mind, because Grindstaff's back on his outside. I think finally Jacob Fenn has escaped this battle. Well, maybe not quite, because they're still side by side behind. Oh dear!
There's some contact there between
Grindstaff. A little bit of contact, almost contact again. Jason Owens, I think he's getting pretty tight on this set of tires. Just over halfway through the race now, but honestly, I kind of wish this would go on forever. This is awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Great battle here.
The only problem is, if they keep battling like this, it is almost certainly going to end in tears. James Bazin has entered the battle as well.
Pretty much the whole.
Oh, we got a caution. Caution on the track.
Alright, who did it?
I can't tell. I have no idea what the caution is for.
But you know what that does? That kind of helps Jacob Fenn a little bit, because that stacks up the field and puts Fenn within striking distance of Doyle now.
You know what? Good
without
catch.
having to wear his tires down.
Yeah, Jacob Fenn right now is, as the pace car just, casually drives through Tim Doyle, Jacob Fenn is now absolutely in striking distance of Tim Doyle, and Doyle's battle with Grindstaff might have worn out his tire a little bit. Luke Brightshoff in the chat, you should be penalized for that one in relation to Caden Russell. I'm going to agree with that. So we'll try and figure out what brought out the caution. I think it was Inigo Madrones, but I cannot guarantee it. Taking a look at a replay. Genuinely no clue. So we got a mystery caution.
Phantom caution, maybe some debris or something.
Might have been a debris one. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm gonna see if maybe the admin called it. Nope, no admin caution. So, genuinely clueless. I have no idea why the caution is out, but I'm sure that Jacob, I mean, I can't complain. It's gonna stack up the field when the battle for the lead was pretty much non-existent.
And like I said, that'll help Jacob Fenn, because he'll put him within striking distance of the 6.
You know who else it's gonna help? All the drivers who didn't pit under the last caution. Right now, Connor Grindstaff and all those guys are going to get a shot at getting fresh tires and being right behind the leader. So now the positions have really changed.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah, whereas before...
Now they'll have fresh tires, and Doyle and Fenn, they still have somewhat fresh tires, but they are worn.
Yeah, whereas before, the race leaders were going to be... Oh, okay, so confirmation now. Caden Russell brought out the caution. Oh, boy. So let's see if we can get a replay of it. Yep, here we go. Coming out onto the track. Came out way too early and is going to get a penalty from that. I literally cannot figure out what happened. Oh, I know what happened.
He had no rear wing, and that's what happened.
I mean, people talk about big motor, small blade. That's what I call big motor.
Big motor, no blade.
The worst part is Caden Russell was 25 laps down. But I gotta thank you, Caden Russell, because that is gonna tighten up the battle for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had no wing, so that's what I call big motor, no blade. Negative blade, even, because it takes away downforce. Alright, so we're going to go back racing in just a minute on lap 78 of 134. I gotta be honest, a little part of me was worried that one driver was just going to dominate this race. Oh, how wrong I was. I might have done it on purpose. Caden Russell, we're going to need to have a chat with you after the race.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be an interesting post-race discussion for sure.
So the caution is out for, I want to say, the 4th time at Richmond. We've had a pretty exciting race so far, and hopefully the exciting race is going to continue until the finish lights are out on the pace car. So we are going to go back green this time by 7 drivers on the lead lap. I think it might be 8. Nope, never mind. Benjamin A. Walker. I can't tell if he's a lap down. He is a lap down. Okay. So 7 drivers on the lead lap. Logan Harry, the last one on the lead lap. We are ready to go back racing. Charles, I'm going to let you have the call to green here.
All right. Tim Doyle, Jacob Fenn on older tires. Connor Grindstaff on fresher rubber. It'll be interesting to see if he will be able to make his way back up to the front here, as we are going to go back under green. As you'll see the pace car take the hard left onto pit road. Doyle, Fenn, Bazin, Owens, Flores, your top 5. Green flag, and Doyle gets a good jump, and they're all jumbling for position in the middle of the pack here.
We know how good Tim Doyle is on restarts. Watch out for that bright green 04 of Connor Grindstaff. I mean, you can't miss it in the pack. It's the brightest car out here. And quite honestly, that paint scheme, I've been talking to Connor quite a bit. He says that it's meant to be ugly. I think it's pretty cool.
I mean, it's a pretty cool-looking scheme, kind of giving me some 90s vibes, and I like that. I can respect that, you know?
It's clashy, but good clashy. And speaking of clashy, right now, Connor Grindstaff is having a bit of a clash with Nequen Flores, this battle for the 5th position. I mean, really, this entire battle in the midfield is really close. It's starting with James Bazin in that pretty cool paint scheme, too. That NASCAR Pro Mazda, that is cool. Shout out to James Bazin for having the really cool paint scheme, although I'm not sure if the sponsor entirely fits. Side by side behind, Jason Owens on the inside of a lapped car, Inigo Madrones. Battle for the lead, non-existent. It is all Tim Doyle, but we know how much better he is on the short runs and how good Jacob Fenn is on the long runs.
Absolutely. Now, I thought this is going to kind of help Jacob Fenn, but right now he's kind of he's 0.6 back. He wasn't really able to capitalize on that restart quite as much as I bet he wishes he could have.
Yeah, battle between Jason Owens and Nequen Flores, this battle for the 4th position. I mean, this is kind of what we saw in the first run. Jacob Fenn falling back a little bit, but as the run goes on, he is going to start to reel him back in, which we're seeing right now. The gap is back down to 0.5 of a second on my live timing screen. Also, when I talk about a battle for the about a battle in the midfield, I think I might have misspoke, because there isn't really a line between the top 2 and the rest. It's more just James Bazin is kind of leading a bit of a train here. You can see him going down to break the draft down the front straightaway. Or I guess I should say the tri-oval. I don't know. Richmond is a tri-oval, but, you know, not really. Alright, Jacob Fenn, the gap between the top 2 right now, 0.5 of a second. These drivers have been mistake-free all night long. But you're going to see here Tim Doyle start to slip up the track just like he did in that first run, and it's going to let Jacob Fenn start to close in.
And like we mentioned, both Doyle and Fenn are on more worn tires than Grindstaff, who's still kind of marred in the midfield and fifth right now, kind of on his own.
He's made up quite a bit of progress since we last checked in on him. He's up into fifth, but he's got a 1 second gap to Flores in front of him. Quite honestly, I don't think he has quite the pace to go up and challenge for the lead. But he might just be trying to save tires and get them to the end so that he can have a shot at the end, assuming that we go green. Jacob Fenn in second, 5/10 back from the leader. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up previous lap times. There we go. Bit of a battle behind. Nequen Flores gaining on Jason Owens. Both of those guys gaining on Jacob Fenn. And unlike the run before, Tim Doyle really has not been able to pull away. He's been relatively held in place with everybody else.
Yeah, and I just noticed something. Be on the lookout for Jason Owens, who's starting to close up to Jacob Fenn.
Yeah, Jason Owens, one of the underdogs in this race for the lead. He set the fastest lap time out of any of the top three, but Nequen Flores set the fastest lap time out of anybody in the race. So Flores looking fast late in the going as well.
Indeed he is, as he's also closing up to Jason Owens too.
How about Flores? You know, we haven't talked about him all race, but he made some aggressive moves. And right now he's running fourth with a chance of challenging this top three. Meanwhile, Jason Owens has gotten to the bumper of Jacob Fenn, whose lap times have started to fall off. We got another caution.
We have another caution!
Adam Strom.
It's the 13 again!
Adam Strom backwards in 3 and 4, going to tow back to the pit lane. He has brought out yet another caution. I mean, if you're Jacob Fenn, I don't know if you like this or not.
The 8 and 13 saga continues, it looks like.
So we'll take a look at it here. This is fast-forwarding a little bit as we go towards turn 3. Okay, what was that?
Self-spin?
Clint Boyer? Hello? All right.
Maybe his arm got a little itchy or something?
Yeah, so we'll see if if Connor decides to look into that. Going into turn number 3, I don't really know what he was doing, but it definitely looks like he's self-spun.
Yeah, that does not look good from really any angle there.
So what's interesting here is that he did not have a reason to spin out, because he is 30-plus laps down. And it's not like going to help him with a wave around. Meanwhile, I think Flores elected... No, okay, so we have a pitter. Flores is into the pits. I think Jason Owens is as well. Quite a lot of drivers deciding to get fresh tires. This race isn't going well for Benjamin A. Walker. I think he might have just gotten the lucky dog, though. So Benjamin A. Walker is going to be back on the lead lap in that... I'm just going to call it the McLaren. In the McLaren... He has the 4, too, so if he gets a podium, I think there's something going on with the number 4 orange McLarens. Okay, so apparently Adam Strom might have had aero damage. That might have been the reason he spun. Still, kind of sketchy.
Yeah, that's a big moment for sure.
All right, so everybody out of the pits. So not too many shakeups in position. Lights are still out. Lights are still out on the pace car, so we are not going to go green this time. Bye. Tim Doyle has been dominating most of the race. I wish I could figure out how many laps he's led. Unfortunately, I really can't. What was I saying? All right, Tim Doyle has dominated most of the race. Jacob Fenn is pretty close behind.
All right, who let the 8 car back on track with no rear spoiler?
All right, so I don't know, Connor, if you want to take a look at that. I'm just referring to Connor. I should be saying admins, but whatever.
Yeah.
Right now, 2 retirements out of the race, the 10 of Nick Stein and the 69 of Richard Valley. Not nice.
Opposite of nice, I mean.
Okay, so Caden Russell does not have a rear wing. There's no damaged vehicle policy, but if I were the race admin, I would not let him race with a damaged rear wing like that.
Yeah, because, I mean, we obviously, we just saw what happens to a car with no wing. He just showed us, like, not 10,
and this isn't good. And this isn't good because James Bazin is a lap down. I don't know what happened to him, but he has now gone a lap down. So right now there are only 7 cars on the lead lap, and Walker is back in the pits. I don't know why he's doing that. He was on the lead lap, but okay. I'm kind of glad that Walker's back in the race because he was doing pretty well early on.
Yeah, before he was doing pretty well for like half a lap, and then kind of got involved in that first lap melee on the backstretch.
Walker out of the pit, so he is going to be back in the race in that McLaren. I don't know. It's a McLaren number. It's a McLaren color. I refuse to call that a Mazda. All right, James Bazin had to pit for fuel, and that is why he is a lap down, so he is going to line up alongside the leader. Caden Russell is out on track with a damaged wing. 1 second. I am not going to let that happen. Okay, Caden Russell has been given a one-lap black flag for driving out on racetrack with a damaged rear wing, so he is going to be forced to come back into the pits. Meanwhile, lights are out on the pace car, so we are going to be going back green with Tim Doyle leading away as they go towards turn number 1.
11, he's there. He's
actually much closer than he was before. Meanwhile, Grindstaff gets around Logan Harry for 3rd, so he is going to lead the charge of the midfield. Benjamin A. Walker, last car on the lead lap in that McLaren, going down the back straightaway as the leaders go through 3 and 4, and Jacob Fenn has got back up to your race leader.
Yes, he has. He is still closing quite quickly now. Keep an eye on the 11.
And Jacob Fenn is going to be in drafting range as well, so he is going to be there. Looking back out of the number 6 of Tim Doyle, coming to lap 99 of 134, nearly 100 laps into the race. Remember, we got 100 miles on display. I'd reckon we're around mile, 85. Jacob Fenn going to get the draft down the straightaways. Meanwhile, battle in the midfield. Connor Grindstaff leading that pack over Nequen Flores and Jason Owens. Logan Harry's back on the lead lap, actually, so he was a lap down, but he's back on the lead lap in that Jack Daniels Pro Mazda.
Good for him. But he is also in this fight here. He's seen.
Oh, we got a spinner.
Smoke
in the tires. I don't know who it was. Doesn't look like it was anybody. I think they saved it. Might have just been iRacing netcode producing smoke. Nequen Flores, one of the fastest drivers out of the top 5. He is going to go ahead and snag away 3rd.
Yep.
Jason Owens now on the bumper of Connor Grindstaff as they go towards turn 3. Remember that if you want to watch Connor's perspective of the race, you can find a link to that in the description.
Looks like Grindstaff just was not able to have as good as a run on the restart here, as he is bleeding positions quite quickly here.
Jason Owens going to get around him. Battle continuing at the front between Jacob Fenn and Tim Doyle, but Doyle is getting away.
Yeah, he is. He now still 0.5 seconds on Fenn here.
Coming up on 30 laps to go. If you are just joining us now, we are 100 laps into the race with Tim Doyle having dominated most of it, but Jacob Fenn is his closest competitor. He is gaining. He's not really gaining on the race leader, but I think as we go further into this run, he is going to start gaining.
Absolutely, he has more of a long-run car, Jacob Fenn.
One of the cool things about iRacing, you can have short-run and long-run cars. Just kind of the way that the tire model is. I know it's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
Indeed.
Jason Owens is closing up on Nequen Flores because he has the lap car of James Bazin in the way. Owens going to have the draft off of the lapped car. Yeah, James Bazin trying to break the draft. So Bazin, the lapped car in the middle of a lead lap sandwich at the front of the field. Tim Doyle continuing to get away from Jacob Fenn.
Now 0.8, it's probably going to hit a second gap before long here.
I think Fenn still has it in him. I think he's really just trying to save tires and really make a charge at the end. Under 30 laps to go now. Nope, netcode issues for Nequen Flores. Not sure what's going on there. Probably just some network stuff that he really doesn't have control over. Battle behind. It's not for position between Jason Owens and James Bazin. Ooh, that's getting kind of close. Benjamin A. Walker gaining now on Connor Grindstaff. Unfortunately, Benjamin has really not been able to close up on everybody else, I think, like he had hoped to.
Yeah, he just looks like he pretty much lost most race that was in that car in the first instance. I know that doesn't really... It sounds weird saying that, but I think you kind of get the idea of what I'm saying here.
So the top two drivers ran... okay. Race leader Tim Doyle last time by ran a 20.553. Fenn ran a 20.67. But it was Nehuen Flores who ran the fastest lap of all of them, and he is closing in on second place, Jacob Fenn.
Yeah, he is. 20.5 from the leader, 20.6 from Fenn, a 20.554 from Nehuen Flores here.
So
a fast lap.
So it's Flores running the fastest laps out of the leader, but I don't think it's going to be enough to catch Tim if we go green until the end. And if we do go green until the end, I think Jacob Fenn might have his long-run car start to kick in. Flores ran about a tenth faster than the leader that time by.
Oh, a very fast lap out of the top three here from Flores. He is trying to close up on Fenn right now, as Fenn has fallen way off of Tim Doyle.
He's doing quite well. 4 tenths between second and third. Benjamin A. Walker has closed up on Connor Grindstaff, and we have a caution. Caution is out. Car in the wall.
Ooh, who was it?
James Bazin.
Oh no!
James Bazin, one of the cars who was a lap down, bringing out the caution. And if you're Nehuen Flores, you gotta be saying yes, 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 because he is gonna be closed up to the bumper of Tim Doyle. And if you're Jacob Fenn, you're probably thinking no, 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 because he has been off the pace compared to everyone else. And he is probably going to get passed on this restart. So James Bazin bringing out the caution. Hopefully that'll spice up the action a little bit. It started to calm down. We'll go ahead and take a look at a replay. That was not far enough. That was too far. Still getting used to the whole replay thing.
Yeah. See.
So here we go. Coming up here. Turn number 1. Oh, he just hit the wall.
Oh, into the wall there. Kind of rides it a little bit. Right the
yeah,
wall
I've had that happen before.
It.
Once you get into the wall like that and you start mounting it, especially in an open wheel car, there is no saving it. Tim Doyle going around in turn number 1. Take a look at gyro cam, because this should give you a perspective of how much that car banked. Wow. Then typical iRacing crash physics, bend in the wheel weirdly, and around he goes. So into the outside wall goes James Bazin, bringing out the caution. Remember, we do have unlimited green, white, checkered attempts. But we're not going to use those just yet, because we still have about 20 laps to go here in Richmond.
It'll be very interesting to see how this restart plays out. The light's still on the pace car here.
Oh, we got a pitter. I think we do. Jacob Fenn has come into the pits. So he is going to be on fresh tires, but restarting in 8th. And I think the lights might be out on the pace car. They're not yet out. So we're still good.
But Flores is pretty excited on that.
I think we've had a pretty good restart so far. I mean race. I think we've had a very good race so far. Lots of action. And with this late race restart, I think we're just going to get more and more cautions. Cautions breed cautions in basically every racing series. We saw it in Formula 1. We've seen it in IndyCar. We are now going to see it in Pro Mazdas. Grindstaff into the pits as well.
Absolutely. And like I said, I bet Flores is probably super giddy in that car behind his sim here. Because now he's second, and we saw before the caution he was setting the fastest laps of the top 3 before the caution. So debatably, he might have the fastest car out of the top 3, now top 2 here.
What I reckon happened with Nehuen Flores is that he didn't get a lot of practice in before the race, so he was kind of using the race to start learning the car and track combination. And as he got more used to it, I think he realized, man, I am fast. And right now, he is probably the fastest driver on track. Another driver who this is going to give a shot to is Benjamin A. Walker and also Jason Owens.
Flores has become speed. Destroyer of worlds.
I have now become speed. Now when Flores is going to be like, time too fast. Alright, lights are out on the pace car, so we'll go ahead and pull up the ticker and flags back up on your screen. Tim Doyle going to lead the field back to green, but don't count out the 888 of Nehuen Flores. In third, that'll be the 14 of Jason Owens. Fourth, Benjamin A. Walker, followed by Logan Harry and Jacob Fenn. First car on fresh tires.
Now it'll be very interesting to see how Jacob Fenn handles traffic on this restart, since he, like you said, he's sixth in line here.
Right now, the only car a lap down is James Bazin, but he is not going to line up alongside the leaders. Here we go, back racing in Richmond. Pace car going to make that hard left turn into the pits. Tim Doyle in the purple Pro Mazda is going to lead us back to green, and he's going to get a good jump over the field.
A very good jump indeed.
Oh my goodness, look at this fight behind them. Double file going into turn number 1. 2 rows deep with Benjamin A. Walker on the inside and Jacob Fenn there as well. What a move. Logan Harry swinging it from the top to the bottom to go into 3, fighting for position against Jacob Fenn. Meanwhile, battle for the lead starting to ramp up because Nehuen Flores is within 5/10 of Tim Doyle. If this was F1, we'd get a striking distance graphic on screen, but those are always horribly inaccurate, so.
And yeah, they really are.
There are the top 4, now just top 3 on your screen. Flores closing in on Tim Doyle. We've seen Doyle dominate the race so far, but Flores is looking fast and closing in quickly on your race leader. We'll go ahead and go on board.
Doyle set a 23, Flores set a 22. Very fast out of Flores. He is really closing up now.
Listen to the engine noises going into turn number 1. Barely any lifting. There is barely any lifting, and that time he was faster by 2/100ths of a second.
It's starting to equal out a little bit now.
Side by side behind Jacob Fenn and Benjamin A. Walker. Fenn going to get the spot. He continues his charge up the field. Coming to 10 laps to go. Tim Doyle leading. Flores closing in quickly. Once again, faster.
Not by much, though. It looks like they're starting to equal out in lap times.
Racer me wants Tim Doyle to win because of how hard he's worked this entire race. Broadcaster me wants Flores to go up there and challenge for this race lead. And drama hyping me wants Jacob Fenn to make a charge back at the race leaders.
Doyle set a faster lap than Flores that time.
A 20.420, nice.
I was just about to say, very nice lap indeed from Tim Doyle.
But Flores had a much faster lap this time faster by about 1/10 of a second. When Flores is faster, he is a lot faster. And do not count out the possibility of a green-white checkered. I'm thinking that if we go to a GWC situation, I'm going to go ahead and make it a double file restart. But I'm not sure if that would be the most sportsmanlike thing to do. Flores slower by just a little bit. He lost a lot of time in 3 and 4.
Really interesting to see how their laps compare, especially now. Like, one time Doyle will be faster, one time Flores will be faster, then next time they'll be pretty much equal.
Flores was faster that time by, I can just tell. Oh, they weren't! I thought he was faster, I could tell by their gap across the line, but I guess they weren't.
Doyle was faster by a pretty decent margin there, a 5:05 over a 5:14. See how laps are.
You know what? I don't want to say it, but it might be that dirty air coming into effect, rocketing down towards turn number 1.
And see, Flores faster by a good margin this time around.
He was slower. He was slower by about 1/2 of a second.
Oh, I do apologize for misreading that.
Closing in on the finish. Flores faster. Seems like you can get the gap down to about 0.3 of a second, but no closer. Slow car. Slow car. I think that's Caden Russell.
Slow car.
He's got a repaired rear wing, but that is going to dump dirty air onto the car of Tim Doyle.
Not really repaired, but he does have a rear wing now. But, oh, man. Leaders get around him cleanly.
If you hear dog barking in the background, that is my dog, and I apologize. And guess who's up in a third? Jacob Fenn, back in contention on fresh tires at this point. He's hoping for a caution.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to get everything he can. He's trying to close up on the 2 leaders here.
Yeah, Flores is going to give it all he's got. We're coming to 4 to go in the last couple of miles of this race, assuming we don't get an overtime restart. Oh, he was really pushing through 3 and 4. He went faster that time by, I can guarantee it. He did go faster.
He's really pushing it. He's on the attack right now. He's trying to get everything he can, every last drop of speed out of that car to catch up to Tim Doyle and upset here, as Tim Doyle has dominated this race so far.
He's dominated. His only competition was Jacob Fenn. Flores was slower that time by. Doyle slipped up a little in 1 and 2. Coming to 2 to go.
Perfect exit from Flores there. See how he handles turns 3 and 4 here.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good apex through turn 3 and 4 there.
Went faster. Coming up on the white flag.
White flag next time. Will Flores be able to make a last lap charge?
Coming up on the white. 1 lap to go from Richmond. It's been the Tim Doyle show all day long. Flores is going to give it all he's got on this last lap.
Look at that! 26.04 to a 26.05!
Here they come to the line, rounding 3 and 4 for the final time today. Tim Doyle has dominated in Richmond, and it is going to pay off. Tim Doyle is your winner of the Indy-Richmond 100. Checkered flag waving. It's over. Tim Doyle has won at Richmond.
All right, a great run from the 6, from the pole, if I do recall correctly. He it seemed like led almost every lap here.
No burnouts. He is just going to pull it off into the pits and exit the race. Good run by Tim Doyle. Flores was close, but not close enough. Reminder to all the drivers that if you are looking for a post-race interview, you should go ahead and join the Discord and join the Waiting for Interview channel. We will go ahead and get that pulled up in just a minute. So we will go ahead. So we're going to go ahead and take a short break, but we will be right back with your finishing results and post-race interview. Don't go anywhere because iRacing on TMG will be right back after this. Alright, so we are back live here on TMG. I'm just going to, you can see the results there on the left of your screen. Tim Doyle wins over Nehuen Flores by 0.4 of a second, followed by Jacob Fenn, Jason Owens, Inigo Madrones, Connor Grindstaff, and Benjamin A. Walker, rounding out the lead lap finishers. Logan Harry and James N. Bazin both finishing 1 lap down. Adam Strom, Caden Russell, Nick Stein, and that'll do it for all of your finishers, as Richard Valley never actually started the race. So we are going to go ahead and close this menu, switch over to a scenic camera, and we are going to bring up some post-race interviews. We're going to try and go through the notable finishers and anybody who I feel might have a good story to tell after the race.
Yeah, we had a lot of interesting storylines throughout this race, that is for sure.
Alright, so why don't we go ahead and start with Caden Russell, because he had a very interesting race today. We'll go ahead and move him over to... Oh, can I not move people over? I thought I could. Can I just drag him? Please hold while I figure out how Discord works. Alright, Caden Russell, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. This is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. So you had a very interesting race tonight. Really, the main thing I wanted to talk to you about was that feud between you and Adam Strom. You say he dumped you earlier on in the race, then later on in the race you went and, I think you admitted in the chat that you dumped him. Can you kind of give us your perspective of that battle? Sorry, I had your user volume muted. Can you start over?
Yeah. So, the thing that really irritated me about that whole situation was the fact that he never actually apologized in iRacing. So, I was like, alright, if you're not going to apologize, then I'm going to dump you. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened, but I think I paid the price for the most part.
Yeah, you definitely did with the broken rear wing that you ended up having. Caden Russell, unless there's anything else you want to tell us about your night, not sure what else I could ask you in this interview, so I'm going to go ahead and move you back.
All right.
Next, why don't we go ahead and bring up Connor Grindstaff, because he was able to, at one point, make a charge at the race leaders by staying out on older tires, but in the end, it was just not able to come to fruition. Why don't we go ahead and pull him up? Hey Connor, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You copy?
No.
Alright, so what I wanted to ask you about is around the midway point in the race, you were able to stay out on older tires and hold off Tim Doyle for a little bit. What was kind of the reasoning behind that strategy, Cole?
Well, just everyone staying out. I thought I could maybe see what would happen if I stayed out, see how much tires would make a difference, and I'm surprised they held on for that long.
So in the end, you were not able to hold off Tim Doyle, but do you think that if you were on the same strategy and you were given the track position, would you be able to hold him off?
No.
Alright, so that is Connor Grindstaff. Unless you have anything else to tell us about your race, we're going to go ahead and move you back.
I was really scared. I almost waved Jacob Finn around the pace car in front of everyone. He asked for me to clear his black flags, and I was just waving a lot of people around the pace car, so my brain just did wave his number instead of clear.
Alright, so thank you, Connor, for joining us here in the broadcast booth, and thank you for taking on the role as an in-race admin. Next person we're going to go ahead and bring up is Benjamin A. Walker. So, Benjamin, you had a pretty interesting race. You were one of the drivers who came in looking like one of the favorites. You were pretty fast in practice, but in the race, just really nothing went your way. It all started kind of in that lap 1 crash. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. I really don't know how this race went, but I am happy about getting all those 8 laps back, or 9, whatever it is. But the reason why I was in the pit so long because I accidentally checked out the fast repair. But it was pretty good race. If it wasn't for the first lap crash, I probably would have gotten the top 3, like Lando did. Yeah.
So
this race was fair.
So you were one of the drivers who was pretty quick on pace. Do you think that given the track position and the right strategy, we're going to be able to outrun Tim Doyle?
If we didn't have that last caution, I think I could have just gotten the top 3. I was kind of falling back on that second to last run.
All right, so that is Benjamin A. Walker. You can't hear me anymore, but congratulations on your 7th place finish. Good job fighting back from a couple of laps down. I don't think there's really anyone else here that we're going to interview. There's James Bassett and Logan Hare. I'm not sure if they didn't really play too much of a role in the race, but we're going to go ahead and pull them up, see if they have anything to say. Hey, James, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. So, you had a relatively quiet race. At most, I think you were able to get up into 4th. Is there anything that you want to tell us about your race and why you were in the waiting for interview channel? All right, guess we'll move him back. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and pull up Logan Harry, driver of the number 7. Hey, Logan, you also had a relatively quiet race, so I'm just kind of wondering, is there anything that you wanted to say to the audience before we go ahead and sign off?
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, it was so much fun. You were a genius in picking this race for us. I think the Pro Mazdas at Richmond was a great combo. I botched my qualifying lap. I'm sure you guys didn't know, but I did wreck on my qualifying lap. I still started pretty much towards the front, and then I wrecked really early on, got involved in something, and then from there I was just, in the middle of the pack. So it was a great race, but I mean, yeah, like you said, not much from me.
All right, well, congratulations on fighting back and being able to finish inside the top 10. Other than that, that is pretty much going to do it for the Indy-Richmond 100, unless, Charles, you have anything else to say before we go ahead and sign off?
Congratulations to the winner, and this is like, I forgot who said it, but like when previous driver said, great combination of car and track for sure. It was a great race, had pretty much a little bit of everything. Great racing under green, wrecked, controversy, something you love to see.
All right, so there are the full results on your screen. Sorry if they're a little bit low quality. I'm doing my best with the results. But until next time, this is Jonathan Oates and Charles Bowen. We are going to be signing out from the virtual Richmond Raceway. Thank you all for joining us for the Indy-Richmond 100. I have some stuff planned for the next couple of months, but that will all be announced later. So until next time, this is Jonathan Oates and Charles Bowen for the TMG Racing Network signing out. We will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.